Hey sugar babies, my name is Aisha and you are following along with Gardening with the Life of A and B. And what's going on over there? Why is stuff falling? I don't even know, but whatever. Back to what I was saying. I am in the greenhouse. I garden here in zone 6A, which is Ohio, and the weather is all over the place. Anyhow, I knew that we had not had our last frost. We are not out of the clear for our last frost. We actually should be having frost tonight. It's been 80 degrees, mid 80s, high 70s, and here we go tonight, dropping down to a whopping 30 degrees. So that is what it is. And everybody knows the weather is all over. I don't even think it's just Ohio right now. It is all over, all across the board. So as you see, I have on a jacket today. Never mind my allergies, so excuse me if you hear me sniffling or coughing. It's most definitely my allergies, and my asthma is kicking my butt. So yeah, y'all hear that? The wind has been vicious today. It's been raining deliberately all night, all morning, and it's just nasty out. So like I said, I'm in the greenhouse working because there's still some things I needed to do and get done. I've been, y'all, I'm over it for today. I'm ready to be done. I have broken out from, I don't know, dirt, flowers, whatever I've touched, I don't know, from yesterday to today, and being in the nurseries and the greenhouse, I have come in contact with something that does not like my skin, so whatever. But I've been in here for hours, I feel like now. I'm up potting peppers, so I have most of them done. I had a few tomatoes I still had to up pot. I do so believe my last tray of peppers that I'm getting ready to up pot. So I was like, you know what, let me jump on real quick, because there most definitely was no need to have you guys on and do a video for the whole entire thing, because that was a lot of freaking peppers. Some of the cell trays have 2 pepper plants in them, in a cell tray. So yeah, I think I had, so what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 of these 6 cell tray plants. Just 12 of these 6 tray cells. They had 2 plants, and a lot of them, some of them had 3 that I had to up pot. So that's what I was doing. Again, like I said, this is the last ones. And y'all, I like to just go to the nurseries to see what some of the stuff looks like and what's out, to see and compare sometimes my stuff and their stuff. But and also get things or look and see what the price is on some of the things that might not have made it, or that I need to still get from a local. So excuse me, I feel like it's time for a nap. I did that over the past couple of days, and must I just say, y'all, my stuff that I'm growing and have been growing since January and February now, and even some new things that just got planted and potted, dropped in the cell trays within the past couple of weeks. Some of my things look just as good as the nurseries. So shout out to me. Woo woo, I'm gonna take it because I don't know what's going on with the nurseries this year, but some of them are not to par like what they used to be. So yeah, but anyhow, this is the last tray that I have to up pot of pepper plants. And these are, what are these? Bonias? I'm not even sure how you say them. But it's the pepper bonias. This is a hot pepper. And I think I just finished my last plebanos and got them up potted. So I'm on a roll. I've really been on a roll. Yesterday I did grab a couple of Scotch bonnets. I grabbed one Scotch bonnet, and I grabbed what else did I grab? A Scotch bonnet, and maybe a Trinidad scorpion. I think those are the 2 peppers I grabbed. So I believe I grabbed 1 or 2 of those each, because mine did not make it in that category, because those were some of the peppers that got flipped over when I left the tray out in the greenhouse. That was before this greenhouse got put up and finished. It was in the other greenhouse, and in the mix of it being half up, half down, I left the trays out. And yeah, the wind took them. The wind took them. Now let me back up, because that was the second set. The first set, remember, I left and went on vacation and was supposed to have a helper helping me, my daughter, water, and I come back and the little babies was fried. They were fried, y'all. They were fried. They were not watered. They were not. She said she watered them. I don't know what happened. All I know is in the mix of all of that, they were gone, swooped away. Bye, little babies. They was gone. Okay, so no sweat. Didn't think much about it. Didn't hover over it. Just replanted some more. But those were the last of those seeds, and I didn't even think about ordering no more. So yeah, I was like, forget it. Come time, excuse me, for the nurseries to open, I will just go ahead and find those peppers, because I know that I can find them. I seen them last year, and if not, I know another nursery that I can just jump on the road, go to, and boom, that'll be that. It's no big deal. So I wasn't sweating over it. The ones that I lost, I just was like, I'll get them again, no biggie. So I did do that. But like I said, on the other note, I still had a lot of stuff of my own things that have grown, that needed to be up potted and needed to be out. Same with some of these, are they called vape collard greens? So I got those from, shoot, I can't even think about it now. When I think about the name of the nursery that I got those seeds from, I will drop them in the comment, in the box below, so y'all can see if y'all have any comments or want to know where I got them from, because they specialize in a variety of collards. So I did get those from there. I'm not going to up pot those, because I'm going to put them in the ground. I'm just going to wait just to be safe and sure. So I put the other 3 cells out, and I left these ones in just in case this weather do something tricky that I don't like. I won't take a loss on all of the variety of my collard greens, but they should be okay. Collards, a lot of those brassicas do okay with cool weather. So the broccoli should be all right. The collard should be all right. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. The mustard and the turnip should be all right. Spinach and kale, all those things should be a-okay. So yeah, I'm not worried about any of those. I do have kohlrabi out, and because that is lower to the ground, I will put a cover over that tonight just to be sure, but it should be all right. But there's too many things out. I'm not going through and I'm not going around and covering all that up. So I'm hoping and praying that, yes, we're supposed to drop, but I'm just hoping and being very, very hopeful and praying that we do not drop past that 30 and get as low as they say we're going to get, which is supposed to be only to the 30s. I would like for it to just be like, give us bare minimum of mid 40s, okay? Give us that. I can handle that. The plants can handle that. But outside of that, if we do, like I said, I'm not worried about it. I'm not losing my sleep. I'm not sweating about it. After that, we here in Ohio should be at our last frost. Don't quote me, but it should be, according to Almanac, April 30th. I do so believe, for Zone 6A. But you never know. You just never know. This weather is always tricky. So do your own research. Be cautious about what you put out and what's going in your garden beds, whether that is above ground or in ground. Just be cautious on your own planning. How about that? But like I said, I'm going to finish up and get this stuff in. Let me show you guys some of the, so all this stuff has already been up potted. I already up potted that. Those little babies down here are doing great, absolutely great. I also received my box of onions. That's great. These trays are all fairly, like I said, the newer trays. They got planted in the, I don't know, around the range of 4-4, 4-1 and 4-4 were the dates for those. So that's looking good. And I've gotten all of those up planted. So yeah, we're on the move. We are on the move and everything is doing good. And like I said, I'm working on these last little bit of peppers up potted, and then we're going to call that a done. That's what we're going to call that, most definitely, because I'm ready to be done for the day. I'm ready to get out of here. So yeah, those roots look good though, y'all. Look, the roots are very nice on these peppers. They were nice on the tomatoes too, and the all of the roots they've been pretty nice. I'm not going to take none away from these roots today, because they all have been very, very nice. So like I said, I'm going to get these up planted and up potted into these little bit bigger pots, and that's going to be that, because I won't have to do this no more. Once they come out of here, voila, they are going to go directly into the ground or into the garden boxes, whichever and wherever they're going. Some of these I will be selling, so I'm not going to need all of these peppers, by no means. But you know, when you're planting, you just never know what's going to make and what's not. So what I do is leave some in the greenhouse, or I have a bin that is outside that I've just, you know, throw dirt in or random. So say if this dies out and doesn't make it, I will just take this dirt and dispose of it outside in the bin. And that's how that little bin gets filled up out there, along with branches, leaves, and everything else that's out there. Sometimes I just throw regular compost in there. If I'm out here eating fruit, I will put those peelings of whatever in there. So also what goes in that bin, and why I do that, is because anything that is left over, and I know some people will be like, oh, well, yeah, all that stuff shouldn't be planted together. Guess what? I don't follow the rules to a whole lot of stuff, but that's not my MO. But you can most certainly do and garden however you like. But for me, I call it a deposit box. So anything extra or anything that is not within a place or space at the time, and I don't want to lose it, I throw it into that deposit box. And that's kind of where that goes. And then it's good, like, until I'm ready to do something with it, or figure out what I'm doing, or if I might need it, or if I might not, or whatever the case may be, it goes into that deposit box. And I don't worry about it. I go on about my day, go on to the next thing, and voila. If I need it, it's there. If not, and I come across somebody, or somebody say, hey, do you have so-and-so, or hey, do you have an extra whatever? Yes, I do, actually. Hey, tell you what, you can pick it up. I have that. So that's kind of why I keep that deposit box, or what I like to call the deposit box, because it comes in handy sometimes. So yeah, I most definitely like using that. Right now it has some extra collards in there. I think it has a couple broccoli in there. I only need 2 more. It has a couple broccoli in there. So there are things in there as of right now, and it's being used. There's some onion in there. There's some chives in there, which I keep those in there around the edge to keep things out of the box. So I don't worry about that. But I say it's good to have a little area to where you can throw extras when you don't know what to do with them, or when you're not using them right away. Try it and see how you like it. Let me know. But other than that, like I said, I'm not going to stay on here long. I said it was going to be about 15 minutes. We are at 14 minutes and a few seconds over. So let me know how everything is going in your garden and what it looks like on your homestead. And until next time, sugar babies, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I hope this video was helpful to somebody else out there. And if not, I hope that you just found it to be useful for the day, to know what's going on over here on my side and what's being up planted. As always, sugar babies, peace, love, and light.